Okay, so the time has come to cut this side out. Pretty ugly in here, but it needs to be done, and I can't wait for it to be done. So I think for now I'm gonna peel that stripping off. Might pull the door off real quick. Put the go ahead and put the outer rocker on there and trace around it with a marker or something sharp to try to get an idea of where everything's going to be at on here. And I'm going to try to save this. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to. It's pretty rotten, even all the way up there. So we won't likely be able to save it, but I'm going to try. In case anybody's wondering, your inner rocker, it's pretty rotten, but your inner rocker stops like right here. And then from here over is all just one panel. You kind of see down in there, this is actually part of the outer rocker, which this becomes the inner cab corner, somewhere in here. But anyways, we're gonna cut this out and see where we go from there. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take the wire wheel and go down this seam here between this hump and the outer rocker to get all the chunky stuff out of there. There's some seam sealer, rust of course, and try to get as much stuff out of there as I possibly can, just so I can see how far up I got to do this side, because on the other side, if you remember that little piece I had to put in, that patch panel, I put in from the back side. It's right here, kind of right as soon as it starts to curve up. So don't know if I got to do it on this side or not. The other side did seem like it was a little bit worse. I think this was replaced before, because the spots where there's primer showing is got a different primer underneath of it, so it kind of makes me wonder if it's been replaced. But this ain't quite as bad, I don't think, so we'll see. Yep, this has been replaced before, I think. There was no seam sealer on the other side that I could tell. At least not like this. This seems like it's got quite a bit more. Okay, and we're done. I wish. Alright, so these panels come pretty tall on this side. I think it's extra 2.5 inches. I think it goes just to the bottom here. Mine's in good shape right here. But we'll probably utilize the rest of it. And probably everything on the back side too. I believe this was replaced before, because this don't, I mean, it'll be behind here. So I won't know until I see behind this. But on the other side, you can see the rot right here. And of course we have seam sealer on it, so we can't see it. But I'll probably go ahead and use this whole side. What I did on the other side was trim down through here and then over, because like this side here, there's a little pinhole. There's quite a bit more on this side. I don't know, it just depends how far up it goes here. But this cab corner, we'll probably put a little bit bigger piece than we did on the other side. Okay, so on this side, all I did, on the other side, all I did was marked off that, which we'll use pretty much all that. We may come down here, and it just kind of depends what this looks like behind this cab corner, so we might end up cutting that out, kind of see what it looks like behind there. Then we'll see how much of this we'll use, which we can always even puzzle piece it like this if we wanted to. But yeah, so let's go ahead and scrape all this crap out of here, cut this cab corner off, and see what it looks like. Crispy. Okay, well, so this isn't quite as bad as I figured it was. The rocker panel actually comes to here. And of course, the inner rocker may be rotted a little bit here, but it doesn't go any further past this point, I don't think. Nope, stops right here. So just the very edge of it is actually what's rotted. This new panel should cover this up. Worst case scenario, we'll cut out a little sliver and we'll weld in a new piece of definitely whenever you can't reach into these little areas here. You know, why even use a metal blade? Use a sawzall with a wood blade, you know. See how smooth that is? But it does work. Maybe not the best way to do it. I don't have any metal blades right now. So that's how it got done. Okay, so we have this cut below our maximum. We just got to cut these spot welds out, and this will be officially cut out of there. So this is that little sliver I had to put in on the other side. It's like 2 inches. And it went from probably up in here to probably somewhere down in here. I'll probably go ahead and maybe cut this little piece out. I don't know. I might go ahead and cut this out and just re-weld a piece in there. Maybe after I get the inner rocker put in there. Still got to cut this little bit here out, and then a little bit of the floor. I'm just gonna trim that off just like I did the other side right here, just be done with it. Maybe they have that there because maybe if you just have a little bit of your floor pan that's bad, maybe that's why this is here. Maybe it's common that just like an inch or so is bad, or maybe just right here in the floor, so maybe that's what that's actually for, who knows. But I got the pan too, so I'm not too worried about it. There's the kick panel, and there's the floor pan right there. I won't be using much of that one, at least I hope not. Probably gonna go ahead and trim up just a little bit higher and down, and then across here. I'm gonna try to save as much of this pan as I can. I'm gonna do this doghouse here once the pans in this side is done. And then I'm gonna mock the engine back in it with the transmission. It's gonna be raining pretty much for the next like 7 days, so I'm gonna try to get this cleaned up tonight, get as much of this cut out as I can. Maybe try to get it where I can mock this kick panel up and get it clamped on there, maybe the inner rocker too, and that's probably where it's gonna end up staying until the next time I can work on it. So until then, I can get my I can get these wire wheeled up, get that rust paint put on it, and I can also take the old cab corner and put this on the new one, get it traced up, and have this ready to go. So that's one thing I can do when it's raining. But anyway, so this side has pretty much been deleted, besides the floor pan. And as you can see, this side here isn't quite as bad. It's just kind of like right here. So if I can save here back, I'm going to, because even that's not too bad. So over that brace, the cab support, I might go to this here and then cut it down this way, then bring it down to here, and then I don't know, might do a little section here because that inner rocker is going to match it somewhere in here. And that's going to save me the headache of trying to get this all cut and fitted in there, because that is a pain in the ass right here. And I won't have to mess with this, I hope. And this wasn't too bad on the other side. Like I said, this rust here isn't as widespread, but where it's at is bad, as you can see. Just right where the floor meets it. It's not even bad up here, but I'm going to use the whole bottom section, so I'm going to bring this up here and then cut the sliver out of the floor pan and just kind of fit that in there. So really, it's just a little bit more to remove, and fine tuning and trimming and doing a little grinding, just shaping this stuff up to get it to fit up in there where it needs to be, both sides and the cab corner. Wire wheeling. I mean, that looks really bad, but it's actually really not. Back in there. It's actually, most of that chunky looking stuff in there is actually like a coating of dirt. Looks like somebody went mudding or something. Splash some mud up in there, but this is actually pretty solid. The only piece is this here, so I might trim this up, who knows. We'll see. But anyway, stay tuned and like and subscribe and let me know what you think and what you want to see.